This video was made with a compilation of replies to me asking my followers on Tumblr if they had something to say about Splatoon 1. It was made to show the love many people still have for the original game, since the Wii U service will sadly be discontinued April of next year, marking the end of an era for Splatoon.
Shout out to Splatoon 1 for single-handedly selling the Wii U to me. I could live with just a Wii until I saw those funky ink fish. It looked too fun to pass up. Every single thing about that game felt so unique, and it's a big inspiration for me to this day. Callie and Marie are still my favorite idol duo, and the absolutely diabolical specials are so special to me. Never played online due to my Wii U being modded, but I absolutely love the single-player mode. Came into the story without any previous knowledge of what it was about, but I fell in love with everything about the Splatoon story mode. The levels, Agent 3's outfit, Caps, Agent 1 and 2's dialogue, everything about it was wonderful. And the bosses were the SHT for me. Whenever I played Splatoon, I always looked forward to fighting the bosses over and over again. My personal favorites are probably DJ Octavio's, the fake Zapfish, and the spinning orb guy. Oh, and the sunken scrolls were so cool to me. Loved the little bits of world building they provided. Still like the idea of the Octarians being aliens. I always thought that was cool. Even though I never got to play the online, I still came to the game just to play the story mode over and over again. And that's one of the many reasons I love Splatoon. Oh, and don't get me started on Maritime Melody. Thank you Splatoon 1 for getting me through one of the worst points in my life. I love you, Splat 1, I'll miss you. It was the first thing I ever stayed up all night for. Little baby Peter loved the game so much he couldn't sleep. I used to play Splat 1 when I came home from school and loved looking around the plaza at everyone's Miiverse drawings. It's so nostalgic. Also the maps are the best in Splat 1. Salisbury Rig was my favorite map in the game. I really miss it and hope they bring it back. I miss the cross-promo Splatfests they held back in those days. You had shit like SpongeBob vs. Patrick, Autobots vs. Decepticons, Pokemon Red vs. Pokemon Blue, those were wonderful times. I love Splatoon 1 because it gave us DJ Octavio. I never played Splat 1, but I'm glad it was such a hit to become an established Nintendo IP. Without Splatoon, I don't think I would have realized how much I like the shooter genre of video games. 3C. The first time Splatoon was revealed, I wasn't terribly interested. I'm not a fan of shooters, why would I be? But when I watched gameplay for the global test fire, I realized it really was different than most shooters. I really liked how Splatoon stood out with its unique mechanics and visuals and looked like a lot of fun. I got Splatoon shortly after as a gift and I've been playing this series ever since. Despite its balance issues, Splatoon 1 means so much to me. I'm going to miss all the specials. And the original Rainmaker. The Tornado-style Rainmaker and Inkstrike honestly will always be my favorites. The original Inkstrike will always have a special place in my heart too. The whole game really took advantage of the touch screen that the others just haven't, which is a shame. I loved playing Cherry Nozzlenose and being an absolute menace. I love weapons that never came back like Berry Splattershot Pro and the White Mini Splatling. I also love how responsive the motion controls are with the gamepad, nothing compares to that fluidity. I love playing as an eliter and killing people on the opposite side of the map. I love being a menace even if I'm not super good at it. Splatoon is also a time I remember fondly because I would also draw on Miiverse a lot for the Splatfests. It's fun to look back and see how my preferences have changed. I used to like Marie slightly more than Callie, but now I like Callie more than Marie. The music is so iconic and I love re-listening to it. Splatoon 1 is also the game with the most silly squid elements IMO. It's so unique and unafraid to be weird. Splatoon 1 Luna Blaster you fucking suck, I hate you forever. Splatoon 1 Inkstrike wacky silly animations I love you. Goddamn I love Splatoon 1. It was my fave Wii U game and the first PvP game I ever enjoyed. Also, it had one of the best boss fights in the series. The only thing that frustrated me back then was that we didn't have playable Octolinks. I loved them so much back then, but didn't get them in-game. Honestly, having the chance to play one with a friend at the time prevented me from spiraling pretty bad. I don't really know where I'd be without it. I really enjoyed exposure to a competitive community I was personally invested in, and I loved and missed the environment of the game. Nothing has scratched quite the same itch, even later games in the series. Oh man, this game carried me through community college. Was dealing with a really bad mental health spiral at the time, but Splatoon helped me through it. No matter what, I could look forward to coming home and playing some Splatoon. I was instantly hooked on the aesthetic and music. It's seriously the best. The devs put so much love into every inch of it, and as an artist, that was super inspiring. To this day, I'm in awe of this franchise. Splat Tim. Forever in our hearts and minds. I made a good friend via Splatoon 1. He was in the same after-school program as me, and we debated the Splatfests together. Splatoon 1 will forever remain my fave Splatoon game. Yes, nostalgia does play a factor in that, but it also has my fave weapons and maps. I love Saltspray Rig and Bluefin Depot. Had my favorite idols, specials, and overall, had such a fresh feeling. The current game is nice, but to me, the only nice this is just the customization. I remember being so excited for the Splatfests after school, and the Squid Girl collab was my favorite. I wish they did something like that again. It was so cool. I miss Splatoon 1. The little details in every stage, even the hero mode ones, was nice, and I'm glad they've kept that up through the series. I didn't play Splatoon 1 all that much, considering I was literally not even in high school yet and our internet connection was awful. However, even by just seeing the art style and fantastic music, I instantly fell in love with it. The franchise is so damn charming, and it's surprising to see how much of that charm was already there from the very first day. The chaotic energy of the whole game is unmatched by the Switch successors. I miss the incredibly fast pace of matches, and I even kinda miss how busted fun the specials were. I love you, Spoon 1. The first Splatoon is the best one out of the three, and I will die on that hill. Also, I'm still mad that Team Callie lost. The fuck do you mean Marie won? I remember falling off the game very soon after buckets were introduced as a weapon type, thought those things were the coolest weapon concept anyone could ever think of. Bomb Sniffer is an underrated ability. Honestly, it's super useful for me since I get so focused on the objective/enemy team that I don't notice the bombs around me and die lol. In a lot of ways it was the best in the series, the early trifecta of shooters, rollers, and chargers, the bonkers movement and map design, still holding out hope for Saltspray coming to 3. And the gamepad. That thing was great. Being able to see the map anytime and quickly super jump, the real ink strike, the mini-games, really miss those mini-games. I love how crunchy and messy the art style was. I don't know how to explain it, but as the series went on the art became slightly more neater/refined, but in 1 it was more loose. Crazy how one of my friends info dumping to me about Splatoon when I was 14 led to me meeting some of my best friends. I kind of prefer the music in 1 to the rest of the games. They have a specific vibe to them the other games haven't been able to replicate, but that might be nostalgia bias. I love that I kind of grew up with Agent 3 being 14 when the game was released, 16 when 2 was released, and both in our 20s when 3 released. The Squid sisters mean absolutely everything to me.